Okay, so today I've been up since 3:30. So um but when I got up and I did my whole thing. Sorry if this is too close. The dogs are surrounded me. They don't give me don't give me much space. So I can go back a little more. Um but when I got up this morning, I always get up and I'll be like, okay, bring me my messages, communication or whatever, set your intention while you're still, like, if you're in bed and you're still connected, like with your eyes shut, set your intention, imagine, give yourself vision of what your day is that you're going to do, your plan. And so then I get up and we'll ask for communication. And they always give it. They'll always, if it's a tarot thing, to be talking about something that is questions that I've been asking, and then I'm getting answers. So it's always something. And so today it was, one of the things was somebody channeling the Palladians or something. And there's lots of people out there channeling, a lot of people out giving information and everything. So I watched it, and it was confirmation of stuff that I've been saying. And that's what I said that they keep doing is, I'll go in and I'll talk about something, and then they will bring me confirmation like, no, there's other people saying the same thing. It's not that you're just a crazy person out here putting yourself out here talking total nonsense. And there's other people, like, the stuff I'm seeing in my head is real. Other people are seeing it. Other people are experiencing the same things I'm experiencing. So I found that very interesting, and I felt like there was a lot of confirmation. And in that one, they were talking about the event thing, the solar flash, and they were saying that I think it was this, because I watched another thing after this. I think it was during this that a commercial came on. Finally, a commercial that I cared about. Jesus Christ. The commercials, they're so, I mean, now it's definitely going to be multiracial people in the commercial, but now it's such a movement of, like, androgynous. Like, it's just total androgyny, and that's part of the agenda, because they don't want us to have gender. They just want to, create us in lab anyways. So they don't give a shit if we can't have kids. They don't give a shit if we're like, we don't, I'll take a dick. I don't want this vagina anymore. Fuck that. It works out well for them. So, keep on doing what you do. But anyways, tons of those commercials that just irritate the fuck out of you. Like, I always want to just make us be what we're not. And right now we're all fighting to be what we are. So, but the event thing was that us, our consciousness of all the human beings here on the planet, we are creating it. We're the ones who are bringing it. And so us together will create that. And it's going to be a good thing, because it is, it's going to be that changeover thing. And in this, okay, so I'll start getting this stuff confused over the stuff that I was listening to this morning. But so a commercial came on that I cared about, and it was this guy talking about Atlantis, and he has a show on Gaia. And so I got Gaia this morning, which I think it has some good stuff on there. What is that one? Cosmic Disclosure. That's really good. Ancient Aliens, if you can find that. I think that's off the History Channel, though. But you can probably find it on Prime or something. But Ancient Aliens and Cosmic Disclosure have a lot of good stuff. If you're into the, into that they're hiding our history. They're hiding the fact that we have aliens involved already and all that stuff. So this one, though, this guy, somehow he was born, like, there was no veil. Like, he could see things ever since he was a little kid. He could see outside, which, another thing too, because I was thinking a lot about where I was talking about the ocean and the density down at the bottom. It's dark and it's dense and it's heavy, and not a lot can survive down there. And then you move up closer and closer and closer to the light. You're moving up, like in how we think of dimensions, but it's not really like there's not steps in the water. It's just, a level of, well, when they were talking about it, it's about, vibration and the vibration and the frequency. So, that's a dimension, and that's how we align in our own spirit to where we are. And where we are is our understanding, our perspective. And the more you see, it was talking about so much of this stuff. So when I went to go get guys so I could watch this thing about Atlantis, because I've told you already that I feel I have a connection to Atlantis. Like as a little kid, I felt like, I was always wanting to know about it. And I kept being like, it's real. It was real. And I would have visions of it, so I always felt connected. Like I had to have been there. And so I really wanted to watch this guy's show. And so when I started this morning, I think it might have like 13 seasons. Like, fuck, I don't even know. 13 seasons, 13 years, or is it like a new one each season of the year? And it's 3 years old. I don't know how old this show is, but it's interesting. So he starts like right at the basics of like how we even exist, and he talks about the geometry and what it means and the frequency and stuff. It was really, really interesting. I could totally understand what he was saying, and that's always so nice, because that there's a lot of things that people talk about and they're just like, okay, I don't even know what the fuck they're talking about. They don't understand it. They can't comprehend it. And so the stuff he was talking about, I was totally on board. And I was like, yep. I like it. Like when it resonates, you just feel it. Like you just understand. You just see it. And so, anyways, he was talking about a lot of things with souls. See, I got a phone call and I was talking on the phone for a long time because I was all like, oh, I've got to go talk about this. I'll have to try and like, because now I've got like 200,000 things going in my brain at once. And I keep getting messages. And so anyways, when he was talking about, he was talking about so many things that were super interesting. Just like the cycles of life and your soul and stuff. And he said too that, we all are caught up in when someone dies that, it's horrible. They died. It's the end. It's all we got. It's this one life. And how that's so untrue and so misleading, because it is all about that you have to go through these experiences as a soul to, raise your frequency, to move up. And so in the third dimension, like where we are, is like this dense thing, but we don't leave it like in the physical. Like it's not going to be like a door opens and we walk up the stairs and we're in the fourth dimension, right? It's all in our heads, and it's all a release. So the more you release, and this is what I talk about all the time, is releasing these paradigms that are structuring you and structuring your life and structuring your existence. The more that you let go of those things, that is more how you move into the other dimensions, because you're releasing, and you are raising your consciousness, and so you are evolving, and so you can be in the same space. That's why I keep saying like this is so crazy. It's like we're all in these different realities right now, and because it literally is. Because if you are in this fourth or fifth dimensional kind of state of mind in your consciousness, then you aren't focused on the bullshit that other people are focused on, which is the three-dimensional world. And one of the things too is that, so when you are going up in the, when your consciousness is going up, because I was thinking about this too, because about the food thing, because yesterday, my mom was telling me, I've got to stop eating meat. It's making me so sick. I keep getting sick. I don't know why I keep doing this. And I was like, you got to listen to your body. If your body's saying, get rid of the meat, it's making you sick, then you got to get rid of the meat. Listen to what your body's telling you. And so then later I was thinking, it's weird because you can also do that to yourself by thinking like, oh, meat's bad, meat's toxic, meat's this, meat's that, all this stuff, because they've been telling people that. And but biologically, if our bodies are meant to use meat, or meat is good for our bodies, whatever, however you want to look at it or say it, it's a biological thing. And so if you are all caught up in the negativity of it, then you could need to release it, but it won't be for the same thing as like the nutritional thing, if that makes any sense to you, because you can, your own beliefs on something can make it be that way for you, toxic to your own body or whatever, because it is how you are looking at it. So that's why I keep saying, that this thing, like there's a one size fits all, and everybody has to conform to this one way of eating, and we all have to be vegan, and we all have to be, all this, that to me is just not true. And I think it's just not true at all that we need to go to one person and they said this, so that means we all have to do that. That's what we're breaking free from. We're breaking free from those systems. And that's why it's so important for you to get in touch with your own self, because that's your guidance. That's your inner knowing is your guidance. And if you're focused on what someone else is telling you, like, well, they said I got to do this and they said I got to do that, then it's like defeating the purpose. You're holding on to this three-dimensional paradigm of control, and you've got to release it. So, and a lot of people have said, well, it's a vibration. There's all these animals being killed in these horrible ways, and you're eating that vibration, and we've got to release all these, all this different stuff, which, okay, but as we are transitioning into this other, way of being, this other state of mind, then I still say it has to do with just having gratitude and stuff for whatever food that you decide is your nutritional needs for your body. Like, don't get caught up in what the world is telling you, or what a person or whoever is telling you. It has to be this way, it has to be that way. I say go in and talk to yourself and figure it out for yourself. Don't just follow any doctrine that someone tells you. And that's all it is. And but what kind of linked the whole thing to me is because when I was talking about, this light body thing, and I'm not sure how that works. I'm not sure if we're going to have to be dead to be in our light body, which dead is just a transition. So transitioning into this other body that has to do with the molecular reconstruction with DNA and stuff like that. But I was thinking about this morning, I was thinking, like when you're in a dream and you're dreaming, you don't ever stop and go, hey, I got to go eat. I got to go sit down and have something to eat. So I can't keep going. That is a physical thing. And when you are moving up in your consciousness, in your awareness, then you realize that all of this stuff that is happening in there is real as this. And so I think that it's something about that. I think our nutritional needs somehow change because we are more focused on who and what we are, like in a dream, like it's kind of like, this is how I'm seeing it now. Like, And that doesn't mean I'm going to see it like this tomorrow or whatever, you know. I'm always trying to learn and trying to understand and trying to comprehend things in the most, the way that I can understand things. So, but to me, right now, it feels kind of like that after the event that there will be the switch of the food. Like I don't think everybody needs to switch right now, but there's going to be some kind of switch about it, I think, because there will be, we won't have the same nutritional needs. I've even heard about people talking about like there'll be technology, like you just tell it like, oh, I want a steak dinner and blah, blah, blah. And it will just print one out. And it's just more because you just want to enjoy that steak dinner because you like steak dinners. And it won't be because your body needs a steak dinner. So I've even heard about people like who are considered, I don't know, heaven. They're dead. They're out there and communicating with people down here. And they even talk about like going and sitting and having a beer with someone. So it is, I think it has to do with how it's all by perception, you know, like if we go up there and we feel like we need to eat or something, like we could make it, but it doesn't mean that we really do need to eat. So I think that it's going to be something like that, just like whoever we are being, you know, because I think generally we play ourselves in dreams. I mean, we can play the parts of multiple other people, but I don't think that we spend a lot. Well, when I was younger, I was having those dreams where I was somebody else, but I was like, I think I was reliving a death that was painful to me over and over and over. So I could see the person and recognize it as myself. But I'm just saying, in our regular dream thing, when you just go out and you're just dreaming, you are yourself. You look like yourself. Because that's one thing too, is it's supposed to be that when this event happens, you're going to continue to be yourself. And it's going to change about death. Like, death is a three-dimensional paradigm or existence or something of how we even look at death. And so when he was talking about the seasons and I can never explain stuff as good as when I'm watching the stuff. I would definitely say to watch a show. I think it was called maybe I'll think of it in a sec. But you know, he was taking the seasons not just like spring, summer, fall, but relating them to like winter is transcendence, spring is birth, summer is, I think summer was learning or something, experiencing, and then fall was something. But, you know, he was saying that is like the breakdown of the cycle of life. And so when you get to the part where you die or transcend, you've completed whatever your mission was, whatever you came here to do. And all that stuff is talked about while you're dead. You make these plans with other beings, you contract it out, like it's all written. Like when you keep doing something and you think, oh, this is what I got to do, and everything keeps going wrong. And I was talking about before, your guides are, you know, putting roadblocks up. No, that's not the direction you're supposed to go. You wanted to go this way. Stop, don't go that way. And they'll keep redirecting you and stuff. Well, you know, that's the thing, is when you are going the wrong way and everything seems to be going wrong, your higher self is trying to redirect and make sure, you know, you have guides, angels, or whoever that is also participating in this. But that is, you know, don't get stuck when things are going wrong. The more you can release that and just pull back and go, okay, so which way am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to be doing? And then listen to what comes in. And it may not come in like, you know, it may not hear a voice that very second that's going to tell you, but you'll, oh my gosh. I felt like a stab in my throat. Oh my gosh.